Welcome, welcome, welcome. TBW Clips. I am Tyson. Today, got a crazy one for you guys. Last year, a student shot a teacher, first grader. Uh, some are saying it could have been prevented. Now there's a principal who is on the hook for this crime. Let's find out why.
Former assistant principal at a Virginia school where a first grade teacher was shot by a 6-year-old student last year. A grand jury report is offering new details about that incident. Our Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas joins us with more. Good morning, Pierre.
Robin, good morning. That assistant principal has yet to give a public response to these new charges, accusing her of failing to protect her children at a shocking level of indifference. This morning, the former assistant principal at Richneck Elementary, where a 6-year-old boy intentionally shot his teacher, facing criminal charges. Ebony Parker indicted, charged with 8 counts of felony child neglect in an incident that nearly took the life of first grade teacher Abby Zwerner.
The what?
Let me just say this: a 6-year-old with a gun. 6-year-old brings a gun to school. What kind of parents are these? Again, we keep saying parents. Should the parents be held liable or just the teacher?
On the student's face.
Well, the principal. I'm sorry.
It's a haunting look.
A special grand jury in Virginia accusing Parker of ignoring repeated warnings.
It confirms that there were multiple opportunities for the school administration to call the police.
It began with Zwerner the morning of the shooting going to see Parker and allegedly telling Parker the child was in a violent mood. According to the grand jury's report, the boy who had previously choked a teacher and a fellow student had just threatened to beat up a kindergartner. Parker did not respond, the report says, and never even looked away from her computer screen. A short time later, 2 students told another member of the school staff the child had a gun in his bag. The child's backpack was searched, but nothing was found. The grand jury says Zwerner, still worried, told colleagues she thought she saw the boy put something in his pocket, which was also told to Parker. Still, no expansive search or pat-down. Then after recess, one of the boy's friends came up to another teacher and told her the child had a gun and showed him the bullets. At 1:58 p.m., according to the grand jury, the boy turned to Zwerner, pulled a gun out of his pocket, and at less than 6 feet away, pulled the trigger.
It was preventable.
Whoa, this is crazy. That was crazy. So this is a student that previously choked a teacher? That kid will be expelled, never even brought back, but they let him back in. So the assistant principal knows of this guy's anger issues and violent tendencies, right? And so this is crazy. Wow.
That's just what is heartbreaking.
It could have been
Could have
worse.
been
According to the
preventable.
grand jury,
Absolutely.
the gun had 7 more bullets but jammed. This is the second time this week an adult has been in court on charges after a child shoots someone, after those Michigan parents were sentenced for their part in their son's murder of high school classmates, Robin.
And Pierre, the Biden administration is announcing a new measure aimed at gun safety.
Well, DOJ is moving to close the so-called gun show loophole, authorizing the ATF to require that anyone selling guns commercially to register and do background checks on gun sales, no matter the circumstances, Robin.
All right, Pierre, thank you for your reporting.
Well, closing the loopholes to the gun shows definitely would have prevented this kid from having a gun. Because they sell guns to 6-year-old kids at gun shops, at gun shows. This is ridiculous. How many stories have you seen or heard about the criminal who's put up on gun charges and released the next day? There have been several people who have had illegal guns and released within 24 hours, maybe even if it's something horrendous, maybe a couple days. That's the crime. The person using the gun. Stiffer punishments for those using illegal weapons. In this case, absolutely, the assistant principal, something should happen. He was told several times, ignored it all. Even though they did search the bag, they refused to do a pat down on the kid. This is crazy. So, And they mentioned before that two parents of a teen who did a mass shooting are going to jail. I think that's a little hard. I mean, at worst, you neglect your kids because you're not in their lives and you don't know what they're doing. But a 6-year-old with a gun, I think those parents of this 6-year-old child should also face charges. That's ridiculous. A 6-year-old with a gun? How is a 6-year-old going to get a gun? 13, 14-year-old. They're a lot smarter than 6-year-olds, able to get a gun. They could probably get one on the streets without their parents knowing. A 6-year-old, their parents had to have known. Now, you guys let me know down in the comments what do you guys think about this story. Do you guys think that the parents of this kid should also be held liable and go to jail? All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and you guys have a great day.